This is Chris Preve, the team lead for the support tools development for Shed3000. We've been working on a prototype for avatars, and the first thing we did was identify something that was the same for all avatars across all games. For instance, penguins have a storage unit full of furniture items, which you can see here. So they have this storage unit full of everything. In Pixie Hollow, you've got kind of a storage concept of all your different things inside your pouch. They also have your clothes. They have a storage for all the clothes, their furniture, a whole bunch of different things. Generally speaking, we have this concept of a collection of stuff, kind of like that old storage shed in the back of your yard. You can go in there and you can find all sorts of treasures back there, old furniture, some clothes, some stamps, some badges, some journals that record some quests that we've been on. Little tiny pirate ships will be in the back shed. So most of our avatars can be said to have a whole bunch of collections of stuff. Take a look at this screen here, which we've shown on previous videos. What we're talking about is this avatar editor. Now we still need the ability to be able to search for an avatar, be able to find them amongst different search results, be able to prove names, change passwords, set their chat mode, look at their notes. But it's this idea that we've got a whole bunch of collections of stuff, like the inventory, or the collections of puffles that they have, or collections of furniture items inside their igloo. And that's the part, the piece I want to talk about today, is these collections. And that is why I think that we need a shed. Think of it like a tool shed to store and manage all of our stuff. So I want to introduce you to the Shed3000. 2000 because this is just a prototype. Let me pull it up here. Keep looking forward to Shed3000, where we'll improve the graphics and the functionality and implement a whole bunch of ideas we received back from this video. This button here is the one where this whole widget will be placed. Now, of course, you could enlarge it, make it bigger if you were doing more intense work instead of just a quick little change, and you'd bring up the whole item, maybe kind of like embedded within the other ones as a pop-up. Immediately, this item tells you what a person's current items are. So if they wrote in and said, I can't find my blah, oh look, here it is right here, and you can write back to them. By default, there would be a remove all button, which is, I admit, is not overly helpful for the furniture, but it's very helpful for things where they're only allowed to have X number of things. So they're only allowed to have so many pets or some other thing, and then you can remove them all. Similar to the kill all puffles that we have in our current tools. The concept there is that by having consistent buttons on the screen in the same places and the same method of using it every single time, what it allows us to do is you just have to learn one methodology, and then you can use it for the same for all of our virtual worlds and for all of our collections of our players. Now for some sheds, we have a special view that will show you what the items look like. So up here, what we would like to put in there is a picture of what their actual igloo looks like all made up. I mean, it could also be a picture of their pirate avatar or many other things. So some of them will also have that added benefit. There would also be, on this case, a deactivate button, or basically you can remove all the clothing items that they have on them right now in case they've encountered a bug where they're stuck in a certain situation. Now, there's also the concept of all available items down here. So here's an idea where we can show you everything that has ever been offered, and there's two purposes for this. The first is it will serve as a reference of what items are available. So if a guest asks you, when was the purple chair offered? So then you just type in purple, start over, purple chair. And then you get the different chairs, and it'll show over here, and this will be a customized details depending on what kind of item it is. So in the case of a furniture item, it would have the picture of it, description of it, the history of when it was offered, and a few other things. The other purpose of this show all available items is that you can give away items. Now typically, giving away items is a team leader task, or in some cases it's an engineer task depending on your virtual world. But really, we don't want to be doing a whole lot of finding umpteen million items and then giving them away each and every single time, because that takes a lot of time. What we want is a fast and streamlined way to do that. So we've created a concept called complementary packages. And what it is let's say you wanted to create, the team leader would go in there and they would make a new package called new employee. And they would, from the available items, they would just drag and drop different items into the new employee list and say, okay, every time you have a new employee, they just take this button here, drag this thing here into the person's current items, and then if you want, you could just tweak it a little bit, change a few things, and then save it, and then those would be the things that they have. So you can just deal quickly, and you can do a whole package. Another example would be on Toontown. Let's say you found some kid who was being really, really nice to the other players, and you had something called a Good Samaritan complimentary package, and the moderators, online moderation team, could just gift it to that toon for their exceptional behavior. So that is what we're working on. I look forward to seeing all your questions, your ideas, your feedback on this whole system.